All right, so today we're diving into something that might not sound super exciting right off the bat.
Okay.
Updating old blog posts.
Mm-hmm.
But I was reading this article, and honestly, it really got me thinking.
Okay.
It's from Now Technology Systems.
Mm-hmm.
They're an Australian web design and marketing company.
Okay.
And their article is called Revitalize Your Blog by Updating Old Posts for Success.
I like it.
And it's making me rethink this whole, like, set it and forget it approach to content.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people treat content creation like it's this race to constantly publish new things.
Mm-hmm.
But think about it this way.
Okay.
You wouldn't plant a garden and then just walk away, right?
No.
Your existing content, it needs tending to.
That's such a good analogy.
Right?
Yeah. I'm already starting to see why this updating thing is more than just, digital housekeeping.
Yeah.
We all want our content to actually work for us, right?
Absolutely.
Better search rankings, staying relevant, more engagement. That's the dream.
That's the dream for sure.
So let's break down why this updating thing is supposedly so important.
Well, I think it really boils down to making your content work smarter, not harder.
Okay. I like that.
And one of the key areas where this comes into play is SEO.
Okay, SEO.
Which can feel like a mysterious beast sometimes.
Yeah, it can.
But when you update a post, you have the chance to weave in these relevant keywords that people are actually using now.
Okay, so it's not just about stuffing keywords in there.
No, not at all.
It's about naturally incorporating them
Exactly.
into headings, into image alt text.
Yep.
The body of your content.
You got it.
Okay.
Google sees that and thinks, okay, this is fresh, relevant information.
So it's like giving Google a little nudge.
Yeah.
Like, hey, remember this awesome post?
Exactly.
Do better now.
Totally. And it's not a one-time thing either.
Right.
Think of it as an ongoing conversation with Google where you're constantly refining your language to match how people are searching.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting that. But what about staying relevant?
Uh-huh.
I mean, the internet moves at the speed of light.
Right.
How can updating old posts help with that?
Well, think about it. Industries change rapidly.
They do.
Let's say you wrote a post about, the hottest social media platform 2 years ago.
Okay.
Well, the social media landscape is totally different now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What was once cutting edge is now ancient history.
Exactly. By updating that post with current trends, you're not only providing accurate information, but you're also showing your readers that you're on top of things.
Right.
It builds trust.
Okay, that makes sense. But wouldn't it just be easier to create a whole new post about the latest platform?
It might seem easier on the surface.
Okay.
But think about it. You've already laid the groundwork with that old post.
Okay.
You've got a structure. You've done the research.
Mm-hmm.
You might even have some decent traffic coming to it already.
Yeah, that's true.
Updating is like building on that solid foundation.
Oh, I see. So we're not just talking about slapping on a new coat of paint here.
No.
It's about taking something that already has potential.
Yeah.
And making it even better.
Exactly. And it's more efficient, too.
Yeah.
You're essentially getting more mileage out of the work you've already put in.
I like that. Working smarter, not harder.
There you go.
Okay, I'm sold on the why.
Okay.
But how do we actually choose which posts to update?
Yeah.
Should we be giving every single post a makeover?
Not necessarily. We want to be strategic about it.
Okay.
And the article recommends starting with your Google Analytics, which posts used to be popular, but are now getting less traffic.
So it's like finding those hidden gems that just need a little polishing to shine again.
Exactly. Look for posts that had potential but might have gotten lost in the shuffle over time.
Okay.
You might be surprised at what you find.
This is making me want to go audit my entire blog right now.
I know, right?
What other factors should we consider besides traffic?
Good question. Well, think about timeless topics.
Okay.
What's called evergreen content.
Okay.
Stuff that's always relevant
Right.
can benefit from fresh data and insights.
Okay.
Let's say you have a post about healthy eating habits.
Okay.
Updating it with the latest research findings could make it incredibly valuable to readers right now.
Yeah, it's like adding a new chapter to a classic book.
Yes.
Keeping it relevant for a new generation of readers.
Exactly.
I like that.
And let's not forget those posts that might have flopped initially.
Okay, we'll flop.
Yeah, maybe they had poor keyword optimization or weren't structured well.
Yeah.
Updating them could give them a second chance to shine.
I love a good comeback story.
You too.
Okay, so we've chosen our lucky post for a makeover. What's next? What does the actual updating process look like?
Well, first things first, keywords.
Okay, back to keywords.
Remember, language evolves,
It does.
People used to search for MP3 players.
Right.
And now it's all about music streaming. Make sure your keywords are still relevant.
Okay.
And reflect how people are searching now.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I know even I search for things differently than I did a few years ago.
Right.
So beyond keywords, what else should we focus on?
Updating information for accuracy is crucial.
Okay.
If you're quoting statistics or referencing studies, make sure they're up to date. Or imagine you have a travel blog and a post about a restaurant you loved.
Yeah.
What if it closed down?
Oh, that's a good point. Outdated information can be super frustrating for readers.
Super frustrating.
Yeah.
Accuracy builds trust and credibility.
Okay, so accuracy is key.
Yes.
What about the writing itself?
Yeah.
Does that need a refresh too?
Absolutely. People's attention spans are shorter than ever.
Oh, they are.
Imagine landing on a blog post that's just a giant wall of text.
Oh, no.
Break down your content into digestible chunks.
Okay.
Using headings,
Yep.
bullet points, and even visuals. It's like we're creating a visual roadmap for the reader.
Making it easy for them to follow along.
I like that.
And it's about being concise.
Okay.
Can you get your point across in fewer words?
Yeah.
That's always a good question to ask yourself when updating older content.
This is all making me think about my own blog.
I know, me too.
What about keeping things fresh and exciting?
Yeah.
How can we incorporate the latest trends into older posts?
That's a great question. Let's say you have a blog post about social media marketing.
Okay.
You could easily add a section about the rise of short-form video.
Okay.
Or the latest changes to a particular platform.
So it's about being proactive.
Yeah.
And anticipating what our readers are interested in right now.
Exactly. And here's a pro tip.
Okay, hit me.
Link to your newer content from those updated posts.
Oh, that's smart.
It creates this network within your blog.
Okay.
Keeps people engaged and exploring your site.
Like a choose your own adventure.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
Okay, so we've updated our posts. They're looking snazzy, accurate, and relevant.
How do we know if all this effort is actually working?
Ah, the big question.
That's what we'll cover in part 2.
Can't wait. Welcome back.
So I'm excited to dig into the how do we know if this is working part.
Yeah.
We've spent a lot of time talking about why we should update older posts.
Right.
But now I want to know
Yeah.
how to actually track our progress.
That's where things get really interesting. You can actually see the impact of your updates through data.
Oh, okay.
Remember how we talked about Google Analytics earlier? Well, that's going to be your best friend here.
Okay, so we're not just blindly updating and hoping for the best.
Nope.
We can actually measure whether our efforts are paying off.
Exactly. It takes the guesswork out of it.
Okay.
After you update a post, track its performance in Google Analytics.
Yep.
Has traffic increased?
Right.
Are people spending more time on the page?
Okay.
Have you moved up in search rankings for your target keywords?
So we're looking for positive changes in those metrics. What if we're not seeing those changes? Does that mean we did something wrong?
Not necessarily. It might take some time for Google to recognize and re-index your updated content.
Okay.
And sometimes it takes a bit of experimentation.
Okay.
You might need to tweak your keywords, add more internal links, or even update the title and meta description to better reflect the new content.
So it's a bit of an iterative process.
Yeah.
Like we update, we track, we tweak, and we repeat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate the power of promoting your updated content.
Right.
Share it on social media, send it to your email list, even reach out to other bloggers or influencers in your niche.
That's a good reminder. It's not enough to just update the post and hope people find it.
Right.
We need to actively get it out there.
Exactly. Think of it like launching a new product.
Okay.
You wouldn't just put it on a shelf and expect it to sell itself, would you?
No.
You need to market it.
Okay. I'm getting that. Now I have a confession.
Okay.
I tend to get a little obsessed with analytics. Are there any other signs we should be looking for beyond those hard numbers?
Absolutely. Engagement is key.
Okay.
Are people commenting on your updated posts?
Mm-hmm.
Sharing them on social media?
Yeah.
These are all signs that your content is resonating.
So it's not just about traffic.
No.
It's about actual interaction and conversation.
Exactly. And you know what's even more powerful?
Why?
When people start linking to your updated content from their own blogs or websites,
Oh, wow.
that's a huge vote of confidence.
It's like they're saying, hey, this is valuable information. I want to share it with my audience.
Right.
Okay, I'm really feeling motivated to tackle some updates now.
Yes.
But before we jump into that, I wanted to pick your brain about something.
Okay.
We've been talking a lot about blog posts.
Right.
But can we apply these same principles to other types of online content?
Absolutely.
like our website copy or social media posts.
The core principles of refreshing content are universal.
Yeah.
Think about it. Your About Us page on your website might be outdated,
That's true.
or those social media posts from last year could use a little revamp.
It's like we've been so focused on creating new content that we've neglected the potential of what we already have.
It's so easy to get caught up in that new and shiny syndrome.
Yeah, it is.
But sometimes the most valuable assets are the ones we already possess.
Right.
It's just a matter of polishing them up and making them shine again.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
So where should we start? Should we tackle everything at once? Or is there a more strategic approach?
I'm all about strategy.
Okay, good.
I wouldn't recommend trying to update everything at once. You'll get overwhelmed and the quality of your updates might suffer.
Right.
Start by identifying a few key pieces of content that could benefit the most from an update. Maybe it's that blog post that used to get a lot of traffic, but has since faded into oblivion.
Yeah.
Or perhaps it's that website copy that hasn't been touched in years.
Okay, so we're prioritizing the content that has the most potential for impact.
That makes sense. But how do we make sure these updates aren't just a one-time thing? How do we make content updating a regular part of our routine?
That's such an important question.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It shouldn't be a one-and-done deal.
Right.
Think about how you approach other important tasks in your life or business.
Okay.
You probably have systems in place to stay organized and on track.
You're right. I have a whole system for managing my editorial calendar. But I haven't really thought about creating a system for content updates.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Okay.
It could be as simple as setting aside a few hours each month to review your analytics and identify content that needs some attention.
Okay.
Or you could schedule specific content refresh days in your calendar.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes it more intentional.
Okay. I can definitely see how that would help. What about the actual process of updating? Are there any tools or resources you recommend to make things easier?
Oh, there are so many great tools out there. Okay.
For keyword research, I love using tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush.
Okay.
They can help you identify the keywords that are most relevant to your niche and track your rankings over time.
Oh, that's cool.
And for content optimization, I highly recommend the Yoast SEO plugin for WordPress.
Okay. Yeah.
It analyzes your content and provides suggestions for improvement.
Oh, wow.
Based on best practices for readability and SEO.
Those are great tips. I've actually used Yoast before, but I haven't really explored the other tools you mentioned.
Okay.
I'll definitely have to check them out.
Yeah, do it.
What about the writing itself? Any tips for making sure our updated content is engaging and readable?
One thing I always recommend is reading your content out loud.
Out loud?
It might sound silly,
Okay.
but it really helps you catch awkward phrasing or sentences that are too long.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to break the rules of traditional grammar if it makes your writing more conversational and engaging.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get so caught up in trying to be correct
Yeah.
that I forget about the human element.
Exactly.
It's about connecting with readers, not writing a textbook.
And remember, people are scanning content online.
Right.
Not reading it word for word.
True.
Use headings, subheadings, bullet points, and visuals to break up the text and make it easier for people to digest.
I'm starting to feel like I have a whole new toolkit for content updating.
I love it.
But before we move on, is there anything else we should keep in mind as we embark on this digital makeover?
One crucial point is the importance of ongoing maintenance.
Okay.
It's not enough to just update your content once and call it a day.
So it's not a one-and-done deal?
Not at all. Think of it like tending to a garden.
Okay.
You need to regularly water, weed, and prune to keep those plants healthy and thriving.
Yeah.
Your content is no different.
I see that.
Make it a habit to review your content on a consistent basis.
Okay.
Whether it's monthly, quarterly, or even annually.
Okay, so we need to make content updating a regular part of our routine.
Yes.
And during those reviews, we can ask ourselves questions like, is this information still accurate? Or are the keywords still relevant?
Yeah.
Or is the writing style still engaging?
Exactly. And don't be afraid to make those necessary tweaks and updates.
Okay.
Your audience will thank you for it.
And Google will thank you for it, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, fresh content is like Google's favorite snack.
It is. They love it.
This is all starting to click. We've gone from dusty old blog posts to a full-blown digital transformation.
I love it.
Okay, so just to recap.
Yeah.
We start by identifying a few key pieces of content that could benefit from an update.
Maybe that blog post that used to get a lot of traffic but has since faded into oblivion.
Or that website copy that's been sitting there unchanged since who knows when.
Or even those social media posts that are starting to show their age.
Exactly. Pick a few pieces, apply the principles we've discussed, and see what happens.
Yeah.
You might be surprised by the results.
You might be. And remember, consistency is key.
Oh.
The more you do it, the easier it will become.
This is all so helpful, but I have to admit, sometimes I get a little discouraged.
Yeah.
When I see those traffic numbers dip.
Yeah.
Or when a post doesn't perform as well as I'd hoped.
I hear you. It's easy to get caught up in the numbers.
Yeah.
And lose sight of the bigger picture.
Right.
But remember, content marketing is a marathon, not a sprint.
So we need to be patient and persistent.
Exactly, and focus on the value you're providing to your audience. If you're creating high-quality content that's truly helpful and engaging, the results will follow.
This has been such a valuable deep dive. I'm feeling so inspired and ready to tackle some content updates.
Awesome.
But before we wrap up,
yeah,
is there anything else we should keep in mind?
Yes, there is. We've talked a lot about SEO, analytics, and technical stuff.
Yeah, we have.
But at the end of the day, content is about connecting with people.
Oh, you're so right. We can't forget about the human beings on the other side of the screen.
Yeah.
They're the reason we do this.
They are.
So as we update our content, let's make sure our writing is still engaging, informative, and most importantly, resonates with our audience.
I love that.
Let's inject our personality into our writing.
Yes.
Share our stories and create content that truly connects with people on a deeper level.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Building relationships, sharing knowledge, and making a positive impact on the world.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So as we embark on this content revitalization journey, let's keep the human element front and center.
Let's create content that not only informs and educates, but also inspires, entertains, and connects.
Yes.
Let's make our content work smarter, not harder.
I love it.
And let's enjoy the process.
This has been such an amazing conversation. I'm feeling so energized and ready to tackle some content updates.
I'm so glad.
I think it's time for a digital spring cleaning.
I love it. Go forth and revitalize your content. And remember, we're here to support you every step of the way.
This has been a fantastic discussion.
It has.
But before we wrap up completely,
I
want to leave our listeners with one final thought-provoking question to ponder.
Oh, I like where this is going. Hit me with it.
Think about this. If content updating is so beneficial for our blogs, websites, and social media, what other areas of our lives could benefit from a little refresh? Our wardrobes.
Ooh, that's good.
Our relationships.
Yeah,
our daily routines.
That is such a good one. It's about taking a step back, looking at things with a fresh perspective, and asking ourselves, what areas of my life could use a little revitalization?
Exactly. And just like with content updating, it doesn't have to be a massive overhaul.
Right.
Sometimes a few small tweaks can make a huge difference.
They really can.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I encourage everyone to embrace the concept of revitalization. Not just in their online content, but in all aspects of their lives.
What a powerful takeaway. We've gone from updating blog posts to updating our lives.
And that is the beauty of a deep dive.
It is.
This has been an amazing conversation. I'm feeling so inspired and ready to tackle some content updates.
Yes.
But I'm also feeling inspired to take a look at other areas of my life. And see where I can make some positive changes.
That's fantastic. I love that you're taking away those bigger life lessons from this deep dive.
Yeah.
It's not just about the content. It's about growth and continuous improvement in all areas.
This has been an incredible deep dive. I'm feeling energized, inspired, and ready to take action.
That's what we'd love to hear. And remember, we're here to support you on your content revitalization journey.
Okay.
Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or need any guidance.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into revitalizing blog content. We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration of knowledge and ideas. Welcome back to our deep dive. It's amazing how we often talk about spring cleaning our homes, but I've never really thought about applying that same concept to my online content.
Right.
It's like we create these digital spaces and then just let them gather dust.
Yeah. It's so easy to get caught up in that constant churn of creating new content.
Right.
But sometimes the most valuable assets are the ones we already have.
Totally.
We just need to give them a little TLC.
Absolutely. So for our listeners who are ready to roll up their sleeves and dive into some content updating,
yes,
what are the key takeaways they should keep in mind?
Well, I think the first thing is to shift your mindset.
Okay.
Stop thinking of updating as a chore and start seeing it as an opportunity.
Okay.
It's a chance to breathe new life into your content, make it more relevant, and attract a wider audience.
It's like we're taking something that was once hidden in the back of the closet and giving it a prime spot on the display shelf.
Exactly. And it's not just about aesthetics.
Right.
It's about making your content work smarter, not harder.
Okay, so mindset is key. What else?
Don't try to do everything at once.
Okay.
Start by identifying a few key pieces of content that could benefit most from an update.
Right.
Maybe it's a blog post that used to be a top performer, but has seen a decline in traffic.
Okay.
Or perhaps it's a cornerstone piece of content on your website that's outdated or no longer aligned with your brand.
Okay, so we'll prioritize the content that has the most potential for impact.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Go.
What about the actual process of updating? What are some concrete steps we can take?
Start by revisiting your keywords.
Okay, keywords.
Are they still relevant to how people are searching today?
Right. You can use tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush to research current keywords and see how your content stacks up against the competition.
Those are some great resources.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for ways to improve my keyword game.
Me too.
What else?
Make sure your information is accurate and up to date.
Okay.
If you're citing statistics or referencing studies, double check that they're still valid.
And if you're linking to external sources, make sure those links are still active.
It's amazing how quickly information can become outdated online.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like a constant game of catch up.
You got it. And don't forget about the writing itself.
Okay.
Read your content out loud.
Okay.
And see if it still sounds fresh and engaging.
Right.
Are there any sentences that are too long or paragraphs that could be broken down for easier readability?
And this is where we can really inject our personality into the writing, right?
Yes.
Make it sound more like us, more conversational, more engaging.
Absolutely. The more your personality shines through, the more your readers will connect with you and your content.
Okay, so we've updated our keywords, checked our facts, and polished our writing.
Right.
What's next?
Add visuals, images, videos, infographics. They can all help to break up the text and make your content more visually appealing.
I'm a very visual person, so I definitely appreciate the power of a good image or video. And don't forget about internal linking.
Yes.
Link to other relevant content on your website to keep people engaged and exploring.
Keeps them on your site longer.
It's a great way to boost your SEO. It's like creating a choose-your-own-adventure for your readers.
Exactly. And once you've made those updates, don't just sit back and wait for the magic to happen.
Right.
Promote your updated content.
Okay. How do we do that?
Share it on social media.
Okay.
Include it in your email newsletters. And reach out to other bloggers or influencers in your niche.
It's like giving your content a little extra boost to help it reach a wider audience.
Precisely. And finally, remember that content updating is an ongoing process. Make it a regular part of your content strategy. And you'll see the benefits over time.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. I'm feeling energized and ready to go tackle some content updates.
I'm so glad to hear that.
And I love the reminder that this isn't just about improving our online presence. It's also about embracing a mindset of continuous improvement in all areas of our life.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you took that away from our conversation.
Yeah.
It's about looking at things with fresh eyes, identifying areas for improvement, and taking action to make those improvements happen.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into revitalizing blog content.
Of course.
We hope you found it valuable and inspiring.
And remember, you've got this.
Yeah.
Go forth and revitalize your content.
I like that.
And your life.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep your content fresh and engaging.